actually got to hear the transition this week.
Oh, yeah. Usually
Remember last week was weird for some reason. I don't know why. It's in the video. It's in the VOD. It's in the thing I had to download. But we don't have to worry about downloading this week, do we?
Because we have 3 blue bars.
3 blue bars. My brother checked
bars.
this week. Perfect. Sushi, how's it going? It is Thursday once again. And what happens on Thursdays?
Oh, do we get together and podcast?
We do.
Oh,
we do.
Good.
Most Thursday evenings around 3:30
right.
Pacific-ish, depending on the time of year, 6:30 Eastern.
It's hard to tell.
We sit down, we talk about beverages, we have some beverages, we chat with all of you, talk lots of different things. Could be, might be the Super Bowl we're going to talk about this week. What else we might talk about? Any new movies we
might
saw?
talk about that.
TV shows.
Your previous Sunday being your birthday.
That's
the January
true.
birthdays.
That's true. Lots of January birthdays.
The mobile delicious food that traveled now to a new location on
That's true.
Saturday. That was tasty, as always. A nice, delicious meal. So
Lots of good beverages there too. We are already. So this is like a pre beverage. This is like very strange. Keith brought over an extra one, and I, like I said, was like, I'm not going to grab a graphic for that. Let's just literally start pouring as soon as we begin. So what is this one? It is Trader Joe's Sparkling Water Black Cherry Vanilla.
the newest flavor.
Okay, and you've had how many of these already?
0.
Perfect. It's new to both of us. Perfection. But we'll have many beverages to try this evening. Let me find the link for everybody.
It kind of begins the theme because it's cherry. We do have a cherry beverage later.
Yeah, we've got some sodas from Sprecher. We've got a brand new spirit to me.
Yeah, brand new
at least, and to you as well, right?
Yep.
But it seems like it's kind of it's. I mean, it's obviously been around for a little while, but it seems to be of interest. It is in the. I would guess in the family a little bit of like tequila. It's kind of the same process as they make tequila with.
Yeah, not
but
the
it's
same
a different plant. It's called Sotol.
Sotol.
Sotol. Where's the accente?
Mi accente.
The accente. Yeah, I don't.
Sotol.
Not exactly sure.
So
tall.
So how?
They used to have another. Yeah. If they don't age it as long, they have so short, and then they have so tall. They have both of those.
That's right. It depends on how. Yeah. How are the plants doing? Have they grown high enough? Yeah. Oh, they are so tall.
They are so tall. Perfect. That's what we need.
That's how the God's name.
That's perfect. That's what we need this year. That is very cherry.
Yes.
And a whisper of vanilla. That's not bad. The aroma on that's nice. Usually, so cherry or black cherry. And we even have, in the next couple of weeks, we'll have another black cherry, something that we'll talk about later on. That's one of the beverages we were just talking about.
Oh, okay. One of those.
It's called literally called Black Cherry Fizz.
Okay.
Black cherry can literally go one. It goes very much one over the. It's rare. I'm like, that's okay. It's either like, oh, that's really good because I'm surprised, or it's like, ooh, that's kind of medicinal. It makes me think of NyQuil or something else, cough medicine. Yeah, all of that stuff. The aroma though, this is pretty nice. How much is this a can? Or do you buy this by the 6-pack? I don't know how to use it.
I bought it by the can, but I think it's $3.49 for 8. Usually what our price is on those.
Oh, it's a good price. Especially compared, like it's kind of.
We have the blueberry, we've had the blueberry lemon before. I think we did the raspberry lime once. I've brought them over just as they're just usually good for us to open with.
For sure.
A non-alcoholic alternative, although pretty much everything tonight except for the Sotol is a non-alcoholic alternative.
And that one's at least 100 proof too, which is nice.
Yes.
And oak age. I'm very excited, honestly. I'm
glad. I've had that sitting in the pantry for a while. Yeah.
Someone was kind enough, a friend of the show, Fitz, right? Gave that to you. And you've had it for a while. You keep mentioning it. We kind of keep forgetting about it when we plan things. And then finally, I think both of us in the last couple of weeks were like, we need to have this thing. Yeah. We need to finally have it. So it kicked away a beer tonight. Yeah, we're being given a lot of things lately, it seems. Not against it.
But by either companies or by friends, people who like us and are generous as well. So we appreciate that.
It's good. Yep. I think this is actually one of the ones where there's like a split second where I think it's going to get medicinal. I know that sounds really silly.
No, it's not.
And then it goes for more of like the lighter part of the cherry pop. Yeah. Like I get more of that kind of lighter fruit. It doesn't go the heavier, which that's where it can sometimes get medicinal. Because like also Waterloo has that black cherry lemonade that you can get. It used to be, they didn't have it last time we were there. We actually had to go back to the Kirkland sparkling waters, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But and that one always is surprisingly good too. Like I like that one too. The blackberry and the lemonade work well. But no, this is good.
Yeah, I like it.
The Kirkland sparkling waters, we hadn't bought those in a long time because usually we would get the Waterloo, we would get something like that, and I'm trying to think there's grapefruit, lemon, and lime in there. Kind of a little more generic on the flavors. The lime kind of smells like Fruit Loops. Okay. I said that the other day, and I was in a chat in Discord, and it was one of those things where you just like say something and don't realize you're talking.
Oh,
and I'm literally sitting there, and I like had poured it. I was like, Fruit Loops. And they're like, what did you just say? And I was like, well, this lime sparkling water I just poured smelled like Fruit Loops.
Cereal. Yeah.
And I was like, it smells like, and it does. The lemon is probably my least favorite. The grapefruit soak is good. The lime is good.
Fruit Loops.
In a 35 pack of waters, they give you 15 lime and 10 of each of the others, which I always think is interesting. One, that they don't just go to 36 and do 12 of each.
Yeah.
It's weird though, because like when you buy Coke out there too, it's at Costco. It's in a 35 pack.
35 is the new 24?
I don't know why.
35
I don't know if it's like they think people then are like thinking they can't directly compare, so then they like...
They're confused.
If it's a little cheaper, they're like, oh, it's a little cheaper, and they just get it, and then they don't realize since they're getting one last soda, that's why it's a little cheap. Like, I don't know.
It's a lot of that kind of thinking that goes into marketing and retail and stuff like that.
Well, it's like we also just talk about it at Arbuckle, like I said, with pricing and things like that. Do you do what we actually should price it at? Do you round up to that 95 number or 99? Like I said, we always kind of gravitated toward, which I always liked and agree with. Like it was kind of felt like you did, not that I'm a Walmart fan, but like it was like that rollback idea where it's like, oh, this is $13.92, and like then people think like, oh, they're giving me as much discount as I can get, which is true. You are like at least we were like we were doing as much as you could, and then it was always you're not rounding, and like some things wound up being that other number sometimes just because it was so close. You're like, okay, we might as well do it. But we always used to have some 85s and 93s and stuff in there.
Well, it's like Trader Joe's. People ask if, do you get a discount for buying a certain amount? And I've always liked that we're giving you the lowest price we can from bottle number one.
Yep.
And
I mean, that's a good marketing. That's a good marketing thing too.
I still remember Denny Willis at that time telling us that he had a salesman that would, are you going to give me any kind of discount? And somehow, he'd already taken how much 13 would cost and divided it by 12. And then charged, that, and then I'll give you that last one free, because it was like you're still going to pay the same. I'm going to charge you more for the other 11, but the 12th one I'm going to give you for that sort of.
Gotcha.
I remember him. I still remember. I think that was at the office on Dodge. Him explaining that.
Yeah, I mean, I could totally see.
That's what you. That's okay. I'll give you one for free. I'll charge you more for the other 11.
Yeah, you're never really getting anything for free. Like you're never working someone over too much. Like it's just kind of is what it is. Baker, good evening. Happy podcast. Happy podcast to you. Good to see you.
3 beers.
Oh my gosh.
3 beers.
There should be some interesting chatting tonight then from Baker with having 3 beers already, I tell you. All right, well, we've already had our pre-drink. Should we actually go to the actual first beverage?
Let's go to the actual first beverage.
Okay, actual first beverage. And let me not forget, I noticed this a couple times. I take the time to get a graphic, size it, put it up here so we can actually see it. Everyone can look at it, know what we're trying. And I've had a couple times where the opening one, I forget to even put it up there.
Well, don't do that.
I'm not going to.
Well, the opening one you didn't because there wasn't one. So
that's true.
But now the actual
opening one, which is this right here.
There it is.
Which is the Trader Joe's green tea with pineapple juice. One for each of you and one for me. Perfect, Baker. I like that.
This was brought to your attention by who? By Planty, right? No, Paco.
No, it was Paco here in chat. She mentioned it yesterday. Hopefully she'll pop in at some point, because I even tagged her on Twitter saying that we were trying the things she asked about. She thought it was green tea with pineapple and peach, which is not actually a thing, because there's a separate one that's black tea with peach. And then this one's green tea with pineapple.
That's very good.
And that one is very good. But she had mentioned this one. I was like, well, I think she's probably more interested in the green tea part with the pineapple. So let's go with that one, especially since we hadn't had this one.
Well, what? I've had this one.
What?
Yes.
Oh my God, this guy right here. Well,
I know, but it's been a while.
We're 1 for 2. How about the Sprecher sodas tonight?
I haven't had those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Sotol.
Okay. All right. So one out of 5. 4.
That ain't bad.
No. Oh no. Technically, I have the extra pre one, so 1 out of 5. Yeah. Okay.
1
out of 5 ain't bad.
This is only a 8-ounce can or 8.5-ounce can.
No. I always think that every time.
It's 8.45 flosses.
What?
Yeah.
It's so funny. You've got brought other things here. And we're like, God, this is a 12-ounce can. I can't believe it. And now they fooled me the other way.
Yeah. Nope.
Looks like apple juice. Hard to tell on the screen. There you go. That looks a little more accurate. Looks like apple juice.
Yep. The darker side.
Inadvertent Evil, good to see you. Pineapple green tea, trying to imagine what that flavor combo would be like in my mind. So to me, and also, hi, good to see you. No fizz. There was fizz at there. There's fizz. It's still bubbling.
Yeah.
It's very light bubbles.
It is sparkling after all.
It is sparkling. Just like the look in my eyes when I see everybody here in chat. Sparkling. Good to see you though, Nix. Yeah, for me, the thing that's going to be most interesting is going to be how heavy is the green tea factor? What kind of green tea taste is that bringing to the table? Because obviously you and I are very familiar with a huge range of green teas.
Absolutely.
But like I said, something like this is probably, does it even say brewed green tea, water and green tea, pineapple juice, citric acid, ascorbic acid to maintain color. So I'm guessing the green tea part is the color here for a lot of it, and the pineapple kind of adds a little bit to it. Is it prepared like meat? No, these are the very first thing we had today, the sparkling water, the black cherry vanilla. Yep. The cherry vanilla that we had from Trader Joe's, that one, not a green tea, just cherry vanilla sparkling water. No alcohol. This one, no alcohol. The sodas we're going to have no alcohol. And then we will have some alcohol at the end because I don't want to scare everybody.
Yes.
Thinking that you got a problem the other way. I miss sparkling. You're good. You're good. Exclamation point, beverage, command in chat if you want to see all of the things that we will be having, or if the link was still there when you popped in. It is right up above. Not that we mind talking about. No, it's hard to see the word sparkling too. It's yellow and the green screen and everything. And even this is kind of chroming out a little bit, which is weird, but it's fine. It's fine. Oh, tea's coming through a decent amount there. Tea into the pineapple. Fairly fresh pineapple aroma though. It's not bad. You know what would probably go good in that milk?
Oh no.
Oh man, what would that be? Gilk? Green tea and milk?
Green tea, pineapple and milk. Yeah. Milk.
Pineapple?
Yeah, definitely I get the pineapple.
Gerpinilk. Green tea, pineapple milk. Gerpinilk.
To me, it's pineapple and then the tea is underneath that. For me.
Yeah. Yeah, bright pineapple, sweet. Yes. Almost like candied pineapple or something.
Yeah, pineapple upside down cake with brown sugar or something like that.
I'm wanting of a little more sweet. Exclamation point. Quote. I think actually my previous comment might stand.
What's that?
Wanting of a little more sweet.
Wanting of a little more sweet.
I thought it'd be a little bit more sweet, but it's very true to both things. Like I'm getting the green tea.
Yeah.
I'm getting pineapple. It does seem like the pineapple could have a little more sweetness in it, but I wouldn't want them to add sugar or whatever, because I think it's like, 10 calories for this 8-ounce can, something really low, I think I saw.
Yes.
Okay. And there's that's 5 servings?
Yes, 5 servings per, so it's 50. 5% juice.
5% juice.
It's almost like a minty quality in that, which is weird. And I know it's got to be the tea, but it's almost like something refreshing, or freshing. Not refreshing, but fresh.
Just freshing.
It's freshing.
Is that a term?
It's freshing.
It's freshing. Okay. Yeah, I wonder what kind of green tea it is. Product of Vietnam.
Vietnamese green tea.
Wait, could be.
They have?
I don't know.
They could import it.
Robusta?
Brew it.
Oh, it's 8.45 fluid ounces. Oh,
yes.
That's why it had to be exactly 250 mil.
Good shape.
250 mil exactly. Guardian down, how are you?
Let's go.
Lordy.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
I love that every time. It's this move right there. When it's like he's getting so serious and good to him. Guardian down, it's good to see you. How are you this evening? If it wasn't before, it is now. Yeah, that is freshing. That is going to be our new term.
It's freshing.
Write that down for a shirt. We said we were going to come up with some new shirt ideas, throw some things around.
Because it doesn't refresh me, so that's why. So freshing is not the right word either. But
once can is open, if it is a word, keep refrigerated.
Keep refrigerated?
Yeah. Just take off of everything. And consume within 1 day.
It's that odd blend of the tea and the pineapple that is making me think of mint. I know it's not mint, but there's something about that chemical combination, the way my brain is processing it at first.
I get that.
Like,
There's something kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
So you're whelmed by it. This is okay. I probably would not buy this one again.
And that's how I felt about it when I tried it.
Oh, okay.
Especially because I thought, well,
I appreciate that you did not sway me one way or the other. When I mentioned it, you were probably like, I've had that one. It's I know that's how your brain was, but you're like, no, it's okay. And then, but you didn't say like, you're like, well, yeah, let's try. Let's see what he thinks. Let me give it a second shot. Probably. I appreciate that a lot.
Well, because I really did like the peach one is to me is very good.
That one's delicious.
And I bought that multiple times. And so that's why I was like, I love green tea. I like pineapple. I want to try this. And I remember when I first tried it, I was like, oh, that doesn't work for me.
I also enjoyed what you did there. I love green tea. I like pineapple.
I like pineapple. I do like pineapple.
Like,
yeah.
And it's what I saw a thing recently, waiting for my French toast stout to get chilled to the right temperature. Ooh, that sounds delicious, Guardian Down. Oh my God. Please talk about it more when you actually get to pour it. What the aromas are, the smells. Give me a word picture. Is that what it is? Yeah, something like that. Oh, Left Hand Brewing. Oh, now I got to look that up. They were talking about like how strong, like, how strong the words like and love can be, and you can tell like when you switch things around, like how much extra emphasis they have, and they're like, oh, how you doing? I can't really sit there, and he was like, oh, I like my wife. That sounds very different than if you said you love your wife. It's like it's different. You're like, I love this, I like this. Like, oh, that just went down a level in the in there. As if chunks of real French toast in it. I mean, you could probably float one on top. I'm thinking. All right, Left Hand Brewing, which we haven't had stuff from them in a while. We should do like a revisit of like that would be like a fun like one night only podcast. Like try and find 3 or 4 beers from the first like 3 or 4 years that we podcasted and try them again.
Sure. Like
something like, ones that they obviously they'd have to still be around, but like just like, hey, what did we say about this? And like, don't watch our videos and do a complete Inception thing, but we could look up our tasting notes, or we could listen to the audio quick and just be like, okay, we said this, this, and this. And then, that would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
French toast stout. French toast milk stout. Ooh. Yes, I'm of legal drinking age. Oh my God, the picture on that can. A brunch-inspired brew with notes of maple syrup, vanilla, and rich caramel malt. 6%. You better put a couple of those in there at only 6%. Lactose, French toast extract, 50/50. Fall, winter 2022. Oh my God, how long has that been around? Did you check the date on that can? Let's hope they made more of it. Their newsletter is called Hand Signals. That's pretty funny. Left Hand Brewing, you're hilarious. Exactly. I approve of the green tea bubbles. A++++ would drink again. It's the green tea part I like better than like it doesn't quite blend as well as I thought it would. Maybe.
Yeah. Especially I think it had been recent comparison to the other one that I thought made such a great combination, black tea and peach, and then this was like, oh yeah, that didn't work for me, but we still sell it, so some people are enjoying it. So it's just not my thing.
It's good to like the person you love. No, that's true. But you want to also love the person. Wait, hold on. Okay, now we're just getting crazy.
You don't want to love the one you're with.
If you need someone. Nitro, oh, okay. What if I want to click
Toast.
Will they make a white Russian on Nitro? Candy cane Nitro? Have you tried some of these other ones, Guardian Down? Sun-Kissed Dreams Nitro, Zesty Dreams Nitro, Pumpkin Spice Nitro, and Candy Cane Nitro. Have you tried any of those? Love's a pretty strong word. You got to be careful throwing that around. No, I agree. Yeah, there's certain words that you hold back, like that you're just kind of like, not that you don't use them when obviously you shouldn't let someone not know how you feel about them, but you also don't want to just use that word for everything because then it kind of loses something.
It diminishes.
Exactly.
Yeah, when you do use it.
Yeah, 100%. It's like the word cunt. I just don't throw that around.
Whoa.
I keep that one in my back pocket.
Whoa.
If you hear me say that, I'm really upset about something. That one stays back here.
That's in the toolbox.
It's right. But, it's back there. It's the final bullet in the chamber, but man, you got to really want that last bullet. I'm telling you. Those aliens on Futurama had the right idea. That one guy's dying words were, "Tell my wife I said hello." Wow. Maybe the tea is inferior, or did you already say that? I was out for a minute. I think the tea honestly isn't. I think both of the elements are bad. I think I would have maybe liked the pineapple just to be a little brighter and
probably a little more. Yeah, maybe a little more.
Because the tea is there, and I think it's a good base platform for everything. But the pineapple just seems a little
to
muted,
me.
Maybe?
The combination just doesn't necessarily work.
Yeah.
So
maybe the pineapple's inferior.
Inferior pineapples. I think that is on the ingredient list. Inferior pineapple.
Inferior pineapple. Yeah. There's not enough sugar, carbs. This thing only has 10 calories, and I'm assuming it's just only the sugar that comes from the juice of the pineapple, because green tea does not have any calories.
5%. Contains 5% juice. So
is it that weird fake pineapple taste? No, it's not a fake pineapple taste. It's just it's a natural pineapple taste, but it's just not like, it'd be like if the pineapple, like, not that it was going bad, but like, it's just not like as, if it's something is super fresh, it's bright and it's juicy. It's not that. It's like,
needs more of it, I think.
Yeah, it's just down a little bit. Yeah. So maybe I don't know. Let's pretend the proportions were 50-50, which they're probably not. It's probably like 80-20 or 90-10. Right. But if it was, like, I would want like maybe 60-40, just like a little bit more.
Yeah.
Is it lacking acid? I mean, I didn't drop anything in there, but because that's usually brightness. It is not very acidic, I would say.
Yeah, it's not very. I don't think it's.
Yeah,
very
like I'm saying, the liveliness is just kind of missing.
Yep.
It's the closest thing at TJ's is Spindrift. Yeah, like that's kind of, I mean, it's probably in that ballpark, right? I mean, that's what Spindrift is.
Well, we sell Spindrift at TJ's.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd really call that. To me, it's more than it's got more fruit and tea, and it's tea also, because Spindrift is just water and
well, they make
fruit.
One though that's the tea and lemon, the Arnold Palmer.
The tea and lemonade. Yeah, I've had that. Yeah.
I think
I just had one of those the other day, actually.
I think they're just kind of probably the comparison is because it's the fruit in a sparkling water, so you actually have some calories and that type of thing.
Yeah.
But Spindrift is also what's price? Let's do a price comparison.
Spindrift now I think is
Spindrift has
gone up at our
Spindrift's ridiculous.
Yeah, expensive. It's gone up now. We're I think $8 a piece. I think essentially. We used to have a much better price. It might be $7.49, but yeah, it's gone up. But of course, many things have gone up. So
also picked up a single creamsicle milkshake IPA. Does it have lactose? I would think so if it's a creamsicle milkshake IPA, but I could be wrong. I would think it would though. Nix. Starting down, that also sounds good. We had the milkshake IPAs. Like when that was kind of a thing for a little bit.
There was a fad there. Yeah. There was a phase there.
That phase wasn't too bad. We never liked the phase when it was like, let's put hot peppers and everything. That was a terrible phase in the beer industry.
That was not a good phase for us.
Stone had so many, at that time too. Also, they really leaned into it because they had a lot of cool barrel aged beers with their Arrogant Bastard that were really good. Like they had a Crime and Punishment, but then they were both one had jalapeno, aged with jalapenos, and the other one was aged with
there's ancho chilies,
yeah, it was
chilies. Yeah, there was a lot of chili stuff going on there.
For me, it was not one of my favorite things, especially some of them. They were like, okay, this isn't too. Because it was didn't Left Hand do one like that too? One of the Fade to Blacks.
They did actually.
Didn't that have
I believe
chili pepper thing in it too? Because I remember we were like, no. I'd say it compares to the teas from Liquid Death, although the 4-pack is close to One Tall Boy of Grim Leafer. We've had the Grim. We've had some of those too, like the Mango those. Chainsaw, which is not the great name. They should have done Mango Massacre. They made a mistake.
Yeah, Grim Leafer. I've had that one. Yeah, that was good, and that's just more water with fruit. I would compare if we're comparing it to this. Those aren't the same kind of thing.
Okay.
I don't think, because the Liquid Death is water with flavor. So that's more along the lines of a sparkling, like the sparkling water, as opposed to like this.
Do any of those? They have 3 or 4 of them. Do any of them have tea in it, or are they all just?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Let's look up Liquid Death.
I think it has lime leaf, maybe.
Your Liquid Death. Is pretty prominent on the can. I've had a vodka creamsicle thing and it didn't have lactose. Never had an IPA that didn't though. Yeah, usually most of those do, but I mean, not all. Sure. Bury It Alive. There's Mango Chainsaw. Convicted Melon. That's funny. Grim Leafer.
Oh, maybe it's the other lime one that I've had. I don't know if I've had that one, I think.
Severed
I've had
lime.
one of them.
Do we have severed lime?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Go in the archives on YouTube and look for it. I demand you right now. Look on this one. Oh, okay. Yeah, and some of these are different too because they actually do put sweetener in them too.
Okay, yeah, agave.
One used to be called Armless Palmer. That's hilarious. Oh, they do. They have a separate one that is separate iced tea.
Okay.
Rest in Peach, Grim Leafer, Dead Billionaire.
Oh, okay.
So
right.
Dead Billionaire used to be called Armless Palmer. Now it's called Dead Billionaire and then Slaughterberry. So these actually are iced teas.
Iced teas. Okay.
So they do both. Cool.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you, RX. That's awesome. I liked some of the other tea ones they did, and I liked it because they were using agave nectar. They were using a actual sweetener, not using. Again, I'm not that there is like anything wrong if you're someone that enjoys the fake sweeteners or that kind of thing. It's literally is a flavor component. It's a flavor component I don't enjoy.
Yeah, I agree.
Have you dove into any other new television shows or anything as of late? I've got one to talk about, and I think Sushi might be interested in it.
We have not doved yet.
Have you redoved?
We haven't redoved.
We've just doved.
We're eventually going to get around to watching Air. The story
George
about
Clooney?
the Nike.
Oh, yeah.
The Nike thing. We're gonna watch that.
It's got Matt Damon in it, right?
Damon.
It has Matt
That's
Damon
right.
in it. He says to this day, people still say that to him on the street. They'll yell Matt.
One of my coworkers today was telling me about on Netflix has a one episode documentary on the making of We Are the World. From back and I thought that sounds very interesting because especially that's a lot of musicians from my time that you watch that video and you're like, he's dead, she's dead, he's dead. But
he's on his last legs.
Yeah. But anyway, so that sounded good. But no, have not watched anything new. I've been wanting to get back into Better Call Saul, so I have to dive back into that a little bit.
Season 3-ish?
I think that's where I'm at, season 3. Netflix will let me know when I turn it back on.
That's true.
Resume?
Did you not want to finish this?
Season 3, episode 5?
You want to finish this, right?
Yeah, so I'll have to watch that. But no, so what have you been watching?
So since the Super Bowl is on CBS, I don't have CBS, so I have to pay for Paramount Plus. So I wound up doing that for a month so I could watch a game or two and whatnot. We started looking for things. So we decided we were watching the Frasier revival.
Oh, the revival.
The revival.
Okay, I was like, wait a minute.
No, that's still on Hulu. But so we're watching that new season of whatever.
I saw the next 15
season
minutes of one episode.
We've watched like 6 or 8 episodes. I think there's only 10 maybe. I don't know. Sushi, have you still been watching it? I've watched, like 7 episodes, something like that. The one we just watched was Lilith was finally in.
Okay.
So she kind of made a little cameo appearance. But yeah, so we've been watching that. So ask away. What questions would you have about the new Frasier show?
Well, I didn't read good things about it, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Let Frasier settle it.
There you go.
Which Civil War was more interesting? Spanish. But I don't have time to prove it.
So true. So true. RX, your timing is amazing.
Well, you've watched 6 episodes.
Yep.
So you must not have turned off it. Obviously, you didn't turn it off of it yet. How goes it so far?
It's okay.
Okay.
It's I think the kind of like how Sushi had talked about a while ago, or at least I remember her just talking about it. Not over the top, but they tried a little bit to find almost because, obviously other than Lilith being back, no one else other than Frasier is from the other show.
That was kind of
so that's
what
a little
turned me
weird,
off
a little bit of a turn off.
Yeah.
So you could tell they're like, well, we need to find an allegory. Is that the right word? An allegory to the characters from the other show. So something similar.
Connection.
Yeah, a connection to that without it being whatever. So his nephew, so Niles and Daphne's son, is on the show, and he's kind of like Niles.
Okay.
But he's younger and everything else, a little more annoying, and almost seems like he's doing a bad impersonation of Niles, so that's not great.
Okay.
The son is supposed to be kind of the fill-in for John Mahoney.
That's the relationship now.
Yeah, it's kind of they have
he's
that
not
because
the son, now he's the father in that role or sort of thing, right? Or
Frasier is?
Yeah.
No, Frasier is still Frasier.
It's still a father-son role.
It's a father-son role, but the son is the father, and the father is does that make sense?
The son is Martin.
The son is Martin.
Okay, all right.
Because he dropped out of Harvard. He is he's a firefighter, so he's like kind of blue collar. I'm like drinking beer. I like sports. Like he's kind of gone that way.
Okay.
But still has like, kind of the knowledge and stuff too. Did they bring back Martin's chair? That would have been amazing, Guardian Down, but they didn't. They do make reference. Some of the references they make every once in a while, the old show is kind of funny.
Okay.
Like if you've watched it, oh, that's cute or whatever, but it's not quite enough. But yeah, everyone seems like, other than Frasier, who just literally he's obviously it's been him for 20 years, like, or whatever. He's slipped back into that role. So it's him. It sounds like him. He's the same mannerisms, the same whatever, the timing, the comedic timing, all that stuff is there. Everyone else feels like they're like, we're on a sitcom in the late 80s to 90s, so we have to be slightly more exaggerated. We have to be slightly over the top. We're in a play. So, it's almost like, when you see like someone in a play, they know they have to enunciate to the back row and like you have to be a little bit more. And that's what everything seems like that is, where it's like, if we were just like, oh, this is pretty good, they'd be like, this is pretty good. Like, it's just like, there's like this extra emphasis. It's like, God, it's just weird. Or they're trying to figure probably everything out. The only one that's not is his friend on the show that's from Harvard that he interacts with a lot. It's kind of like a British guy or something like that. The two of them work well together and he seems fairly comfortable in his character, but everybody else kind of is just like a little bit off.
I think that's the one episode I saw part of where like he went in and he was talking with him and he wrote something down on a piece of paper and he handed it to him and he's like, okay. And then he read it. He's like, you're right. That's right. And but then he turned the piece of paper over. Is this one you've seen already?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then he's like, wait a minute. He's like, well, I had to hedge my bet or something like that.
Yeah.
Like just in case this advice didn't work, he had something else written on the other side. So anyway, but okay.
I wonder if we're going to get the answer to the best Civil War. I would love it if that happens at some point.
I did get the answer. We just didn't get the explanation.
Yeah. We need the explanation to it. That's true. I love Frasier, but don't really care to see this one. We wouldn't have watched it if we, like I said, we bought Paramount Plus for a month. Like I said, I'm going to, as soon as the Super Bowl's over, I'll just make sure to cancel it. What's that?
You can watch Yellowstone.
I'm just not interested in that show at all. People out in the country.
There's a lot of
people love that show.
People love it,
and they've done all the spinoffs. The spinoffs seem to not do as well.
Yeah,
and then they just kind of backed off a little bit. But yeah, like also it fades a little bit, but he's like very orange or like overly tan in the show too, which is weird.
Kevin Costner?
No. No, Frasier.
Frasier. Oh, we've gone back.
Yeah, we went back. I immediately went back. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
For some reason, which is weird. Like he's very bronze. And at some point, like 6 episodes in, I think Lilith finally says something like, she's like, oh, I see your bronzing is working out well. I was like, finally someone said something, because it looks kind of ridiculous because his hair's lighter and everything. And then it just makes his face look even more so like that. They gloss over at the beginning. They try and cover kind of everything. Like this show literally does take place 20 years after the other one. So they don't try and say like this just happened or whatever else. So they do that, which is, I think probably the right way to do it, but he basically says that he was in Chicago for 20 years with that woman, and then something. They don't really say what happened. It was just like something. Oh, it was this time we'd sit. I was like, okay, that's what you gave to the most important lead up in your other show. Is like, it's over.
Laura Lynn was having an affair with Jason Bateman, and they went down to the Ozarks.
Oh, that could be. That could be. That's right. Wait, that's a different show. That would be a good little twist, though, that they're all in the same universe. But yeah, like so that part was like, so that stuff was kind of interesting a little bit. But yeah, everybody on the show is just a little bit more animated than they should be. The plot lines have been like a little bit silly. Like they've definitely dove back into the Frasier trope of like the, misinterpreting something like that, because his son isn't seeing anybody and neither is he. So then the friend of his at the bar is like, oh, I'm perfect at setting people up. I'm going to set you guys both up on a blind date. And the son's like, oh, what's her name? And she's like, oh, I'm not going to tell you because you'll find some way to back out of it. So then it's for the same night. So then Frasier answers the door and it's like, oh, is this person for him? Is this person for her? So they don't know. So then the two of them start fighting over the same woman because the other one hasn't showed up yet. So then, because then they're like, well, she must be for me because she talked about baseball. And it's like, oh, she must be for me. She liked my Steinway. It's like this woman like basically balanced amazingly enough both their personalities. Bronze, like he plays 18 holes at Mar-a-Lago. Exactly. Guardian Down. It is like, in fact, actually, that's the first thing I think my wife said when he showed up. She's like, oh, he's taking on some cues from Donald Trump for his bronzing agent. But yeah, like so that, and so then they have the whole thing where like they almost doubled down on the classic Frasier thing where they did that. And then on top of it, once they settled their dispute and the son actually hears the woman talking, and she says, I was actually supposed to be here for the son, but I'm really hitting it off with the dad. And so he hears that actually she didn't want to be with him anyway. So then he comes back and he's like, no, she wanted you anyway, whatever. And then the doorbell rings and he's like, yeah, I'll send her. And he goes out and she's even more perfect for him because she's like opera. She actually is an opera singer or whatever. So he goes out and tries to balance both things. And it's just like, you idiot. You have nothing, then you have everything. Yeah, exactly. And so it's just kind of ridiculous. So then
Some things never change.
The two of them walk in on them having the conversation where he comes back in and he's like, oh, you pretend to be a chef and I'll do this and that, something stupid. And she's like, are you trying to play us off to each other? So like that kind of stuff just happens. But yeah, there's been like some funny little moments here and there, but I don't think it's, I would not go out of my way to watch it in any form. Like I said, it was literally, we had Paramount Plus and, like, so my wife was like, oh, what should we watch for the month then? I was like, well, that Frasier show, like we could at least say we watched it or whatever. Yeah. And again, it's not, so cringy that I turned it off, but it was, it's also not, it's not top tier television, I would say.
It's hard to compete with the original.
Impossible for so many things to compete with the original. I think I even mentioned at the festivities, the birthday party, it came up and I said, I think Frasier, if you just want to call it a sitcom or whatever, which I think almost denounces it, like brings it down a little bit because it's more than that. But if you want to call that of sitcoms or whatever and take dramas out of it, I think that is the best full last season of television ever. Just like complete. There are a lot of good, like, oh, that final episode is great, or that this and that. Oh, the final season was up and down, but it ended good. Like that season, you watch season 11 and it's just like, it's just as good as season 4 or season 6. Like it's super strong and it ends so well. Like I said, the final episode being so good. And so that's another good conversation. We have all these sodas and things in here.
Yeah.
Do you want me to rinse out the glasses? You want me to get some new glasses?
Let's do
you
that.
Want to take a little break?
Yeah.
You want some chips?
We'll stand up.
You want some chips?
Stretch out. Well, of course, I always want chips.
Okay. Figured. I'll wait, I hadn't taken that graphic off yet. Hold on. Hold. Go away.
Graphics go on.
All right.
Those
we're going to take a very quick break because we've already got the sodas and stuff in here. We're going to come back and have some things from Sprecher.
Sprecher soda.
Sprecher soda. There we go. Perfect. Oh, we should go get the sodas. We didn't actually leave these chairs. No. No.
That'll be in a week or two when we try the other beverages.
That's right.
We'll be like, oh my God, we forgot to go get them. Oh no, we had them already.
Did we have them?
Did we have them?
Oh my God.
I don't know. Let's play the video.
There's
no blue buttons down there.
Yeah. Oh God. We're not even streaming.
We're not even on.
No one's even here.
I'm not even touching you right now. Oh wait, that's
podcast on this, or do you just want to try them, or what are you feeling? What are your thoughts?
Be a little tricky to do the podcast.
All right, you just want to try them then?
Yeah, let's just try them.
Whatever. Wow. I can see that it is not muted at all. Oh my God. Although I did check though. Thank you, Guardian Down.
We'll just have to look at the pronunciation of Sotol.
Sotol.
Soda.
All right, well, let's just have some then. All right,
let's have some soda.
Let's
get sugared up.
We did a podcast. I don't know, within the last year. I feel you were walking around at a local Ace Hardware, shockingly enough, and found some artisanal sodas that Frosty in chat was always talking up quite a bit. Sprecher, because I think it comes from his neck of the woods. I think they're in Wisconsin.
I believe. Yeah,
we won't hold that against them because they were delicious. The grape, the vanilla, the cream soda, orange grape, vanilla, cream soda, and
there was a fourth one.
Ginger ale or something like that, I think.
Oh, maybe that is what, yeah.
Anyway, they were all delicious. They all have a ridiculous amount of sugar in them, carbs,
at
which
least
is
150
totally
grams of, no.
The grape one was like
70,
up there, it was like 70
think.
Something. These, the two that we're about
These
to
are
have
a little high as well, I think.
63 and 65 or something like that. That is for a larger, they say this is one serving per bottle, and this is like a 16-ounce bottle.
Okay, well, that's
so
true.
These might be a little bit closer.
Okay.
I was thinking the root beer first. This cherry cola might have like...
Could be, if the cherry
seems like more of a base of something.
Sure.
All right, let me grab these. So anyway, Sprecher sodas.
Yeah, I was at Ace the other day, and this time I specifically looked for them. I was like...
And you found them.
And there they were. Yeah, there they are.
What do these run for this 16-ounce bottle?
I can't remember.
I forgot.
Maybe $2 maybe.
I thought they usually
$2
like around $2.50, something like that for one of these.
Like $2.
Fire brewed craft soda. What does fire brewed mean exactly? Do you remember? I think it has something to do with the honey. It like makes it so that it
extra Joel. No, I was hoping it might say on
75 milligrams of sodium, 65 grams of carbs, including 51 grams of added sugars. That's 102% of your daily allowance right there.
Whoa!
What did Uncle Ned do? Not recommended for children, pregnant, or nursing women. Wait, what? Is that because of the caffeine?
Could be, or maybe it's all that sugar.
The kid, it could be the sugar and the caffeine.
It's all that sodium and sugar.
Yeah. All right. In the interest of full disclosure,
yes,
I've had the root beer, not the revved up root beer.
Oh, okay.
Which has the caffeine in it. Our brother Joe loves these sodas, and he finally had one of the root beer ones, so I had a sip of one. I think he brought some over maybe for Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah, I think you're
and
right.
I had to try that, and it was delicious.
But
like
it wasn't revved up.
No, it was not revved up. This is going to have a little
going to get us
extra.
revved up and ready to go.
We'll see.
Prepared.
I definitely loved the last ones. That
they
grape
were
was probably
really
one of the
good.
best things I'd ever had.
Yeah.
Like especially for a grape soda, was really. And I like grape soda, like I said, but that one was really good, really good,
really good.
Oh, I should probably look for that. Where is it?
Really good.
There we go. That's how I felt about it.
And that's not even Tim Kirkchin, though.
It is though. It's 100%. I switched it out. That
You
is Tim
did?
Kirkchin. I did.
You did.
I did. It's 100% Tim Kirkchin right there. I don't care what you're saying.
100% Kirkchin.
100%. It's 100% K right there. You need your vitamin K? I got it for you right here.
Really good.
I don't even know. Does he even do baseball stuff anymore? Is he even?
Oh,
around?
yeah. That's what he does.
Oh, is he still? Well, I know that's what
Tim
he does. I
Kirkchin.
just didn't know if he still does it.
No, he does football now. He's Adam Schefter's right-hand man.
He pulls off his collar and he's got metal posters. He's got heavy metal posters in the background. Mom, I'm done with my segment. Who was that? That was that other guy that did that because that was the NFL guy. Did you remember that ESPN commercial?
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was the guy. Who was the little guy that used to be on the NFL? Chat, somebody help me out.
John
here.
Clayton?
John Clayton, yeah. So they finished, like he was
R.I.P.
filming a segment, and then as soon as the camera pulled back, it was like he just had like a dickie on, like a tie, and he pulled that off, and he goes like this, and he's got a ponytail, and he just hops on his bed with like some macaroni and cheese. He's like, Mom, I'm done with my segment. And he's got metal, and he just starts turning on like heavy metal.
That is great.
It was really good.
Oh
Look
my
it up.
God.
It's probably on YouTube, I'm sure.
John
ESPN
Clayton
probably has their old commercials.
Passed away within the last year or two, I think.
Oh, he's dead?
Yeah.
Oh, it's less funny.
Yeah. No, it's still funny because he was making fun. Yeah, that's even better. Good. He appreciated that.
He sold his soul to the devil for as long as he could. Well, this smells great.
Yes, it does.
This smells 100%.
Makes me want some scoops of vanilla ice cream.
Ooh, I've never been a root beer float person.
Oh,
I like
love
the
root beer
idea
float.
of the root beer float. Maybe it's been probably 20 years since I've had one. Maybe it's something I would go for.
Yeah, you might revisit. I
it.
revisited the green tea and lemon and pineapple.
Okay.
You can revisit the float.
Yeah, that is delicious.
Sugar does amazing things.
Oh,
Sugar
man.
but there's a lot of other good.
The you can actually
aromas
taste
and
it.
flavors
It's like
in there.
honey, like
Yeah.
that does actually come through. I don't know if they use a specific kind of honey. Let's see what we've got here. Raw Wisconsin honey. Oh my God. That's actually the name of a club down in downtown Wisconsin.
Raw Wisconsin
honeys. Oh wait, that's something else.
Qualia yucca extract. You know what I can really taste is the sodium chloride and the caramel.
Well, I mean, the
color.
salt probably. I mean, it's obviously they put in there to make it pop a little bit.
Pop.
We talked about that guy does that. Oh, the caramel color really kind of comes through too.
Yeah. I guess.
But yeah, that makes a difference.
I guess
with the
because
honey.
we also taste with our eyes, that sort of thing. It's like I always wonder, do you need to have that coloring in there? So,
Do you remember when they made Crystal Clear Pepsi?
I do remember that.
Tasted like shit. Even though they said it was the exact same, we knew it wasn't.
It had to be though, except for that.
That's what they claim.
But Van Halen sang about it.
Right
Actually,
now.
they didn't specifically write that song for that. They just used that though.
Mr.
But every time I hear that song, I do think of the
Mr. Caramel Color, lose a rhythm. Somebody runs. Only missed by a fraction. The
Yeah,
video
that's
for
good.
that was better than the song.
Oh yeah,
The video for that with all the stuff that would pop
yeah.
up.
I like
they're
the song though too. But that's the new Van Halen. You have to like
Van Hagar.
and synthesizer
Vanagar.
and all that. Yeah, that was different. Definitely when they were going a different direction. But I like it.
I like it. Yeah, this is
good.
This is delicious. Yeah, exactly.
But maybe is Crystal Pepsi what led to Zima? Is that the step? No, I'm just
maybe.
kidding.
That's a terrible thought. Oh my God.
It's a clear beverage.
Blasphemy.
Yeah, what's funny,
but
they-
actually probably accurate.
But I guess they weren't saying, like Coke, when they changed their formula, they weren't like, Crystal Pepsi wasn't saying, this is our new Pepsi. They were saying, this is a new Pepsi. Not, we're getting rid of regular Pepsi, drink this.
Well, they were saying this is the same but without the coloring.
Without
Like
the coloring,
they were trying to
but
make
they
that
still
thing.
offered the other.
They did.
But yeah,
and
but
we
that-
knew it did not take. Actually,
That'd be great to have done a blind taste
does
test.
Ben have any of the Crystal Clear Pepsi around?
I
He is,
wonder.
He is a keeper of old sodas.
Of old
so does he
sodas,
happen to
yeah.
have any of that?
I don't know if he does, but
Oh my
that would have been
God.
great to have done a blind taste test.
I'm going to go to
I wonder if we
eBay
did
right
back
now
then
and
in the
find
day.
out some good.
Crystal Pepsi?
Okay. Let's actually just search in the search bar. Wasn't it called Crystal Clear Pepsi?
I thought it was just, maybe.
Someone's got some unopened Crystal Clear Pepsi soda, discontinued, limited edition 2000. He might have some of that.
2017. Huh.
1990s glass bottle.
Empty with lid.
Yeah. 2022 sealed full cola 20-ounce limited edition Canada. Oh, they did it in Canada recently.
Wow.
Crystal Pepsi. Okay.
Canada exclusive.
So this is something we could do. It's
Huh.
$18 or best offer for one.
Plus shipping, another $13. So $31 for 20 ounces of
Can have
clear
some
soda.
bourbon for that.
But that's how committed we'd have to be. But yeah,
Oh my God,
and
that'd
then
be an hilarious bid.
And then we'd get committed.
That'd be a good charity incentive. Oh, okay, if we hit $1,000 goal on this thing, then I will buy,
We'll buy
Crystal
the
Clear
Crystal
Pepsi,
Pepsi.
and do a blind taste test.
That's good.
We're gonna be full of liquids when we leave here tonight. Yeah, this is
Sugared
delicious.
up.
I'm all sugared up.
I don't know why.
You all right?
Some sort of allergy or something going on here. I don't know, but my eyes. Got my burning eyes.
These eyes have seen a
Are
lot of crying.
burning. I'll just have to podcast with my eyes closed.
Little sarsaparilla in there.
Podcast with my eyes closed.
Don Henley.
Don Henley reference.
There
I knew
we
you'd
go.
get that, but yeah.
Anyone here
I
in
knew-
chat off the Building the Perfect Beast
Yeah.
album?
Podcast with your eyes closed. Yeah, there's just a lot of good root beer flavor in that.
That's just delicious. Have we
It is.
not liked something from them yet?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know if
I
it's possible.
recall. Yeah. I mean, it's soda.
The only thing
You'd
I don't
hope
like
they-
is an empty glass.
Yeah. Hey, let's take care of that.
We could.
We
With
could.
another one.
We could. With the cherry cola. I think it even says it's made with a certain type of cherry. I believe it says on there.
You are 100% right. I will look that up this second. So yeah, Sprecher Fire Brewed Cherry Cola. Ooh,
250
it's on
calories. That's just
fire.
crazy.
Wisconsin Door County Cherry Juice.
Door County juice.
Ugh, that sounds a little.
Door County?
Door County. Oh God, is it under the door? Like Dave Matthews under the table and dreaming. This
Door
is under Door
County.
County. They're cherry cola. Maud, you got any more of the cherry juice? We got to make the cola. I don't know.
Who's Maud? Wait. And then there's
That's a
Maud.
very common. And then there's Maud.
And then there's Maud.
It's a very common Wisconsin name. Is Maud. That's the Jill of the Midwest. Maud. Sprecher Brewing had some pretty tasty cola,
Jill-
and then there's Maud.
the Jill of the Midwest.
I don't know. I don't know what that means. Yeah, similar 250 calories, 63 grams of sugar, of azúcar, and yeah. Cherry
They
juice.
are unabashed about their sugar additions to their beverages.
Again, you gotta, you know, it's cold in that neck of the woods. You gotta make sure you got some layers on. Just not only just your clothes, but your body.
Soda layers.
Soda layers. That's
You gotta
right.
get that soda layer on. The
It's
weather's getting nippy.
A lot of pork fat, a lot of meats and cheeses and things, and then you gotta have a little bit of carbs. That cherry really comes through.
That smells more like almost like a Dr. Pepper in a way.
It does have kind of that aroma, but they make something that's like a Dr. Pepper, don't they? Don't they make like a pepper knockoff? Which I'm sure is delicious. So not.
That's what they call it, pepper knockoff.
That's right.
Whoa.
Soda cans, soda bottles. Berry Cola, Orange Dream. We'd have the grape. Puma Cola. Honeycrisp Apple. That sounds interesting. Oh, yep. See, Dr. Sprecher.
Dr. Sprecher.
Dr. Sprecher. I can't even with that one. That's funny. I get what you're saying though, but yeah, it's
got that little almost like almond, like a Linzer tart sort of going on in there too. That's
very much.
Good. Cherry and I guess that's raspberry, but yeah, it's got like a sort of tart going on.
Good aroma.
That's like a cherry Slurpee. Cherry Cola Slurpee.
Oh my God, that's what I was just going to say. Oh my God, yes. 100%. It is, yeah. It is like a cherry Slurpee, like where you're just getting more of the actual just extract coming out. And the mixture hasn't happened yet, the icy. Oh my God, yeah. That's exactly what it's like. Also delicious.
Yeah.
Shocking, I know, chat.
Shocking
you're
that
all
sugar
shocked.
and flavorings and carbonation are good, but...
Natural, though.
All natural.
All natural. Au natural.
Fire brewed.
What you get down at the Au Natural, down at the Honeys. Au Natural down at the Raw Wisconsin Honeys.
That's a different kind of evening, though.
2-drink minimum, but the buffet is free. Gross.
The prices of those drinks, though, out of this world. What's that?
I'll take a squirt. Not that kind.
No.
No.
Do they have they don't have a type of squirt, though, do they?
Maybe down at that place they do. Oh, look, I don't think so, though. I'll look at soda can. They also have cans, too, even though it shows pictures of the bottles. Low calorie root beer soda. Honeycrisp. What kind of cream soda? Now let's go back to the bottle. I don't like looking there. Back to the bottles. Oh, they have lemonades too.
Oh, I'll bet that'd be good.
Oh, I bet those are
probably not very much sugar in those. Wait, I'm just kidding.
They make things that are specifically mixers as well. Blueberry lemonade.
Oh, specific like for to add some booze to
That's what it said. It said there was a section called mixers. 42 grams of sugar. Blueberry lemonade from Sprecher and experience handcrafted sunshine. Sprecher blueberry lemonade is handcrafted in small batches at Milwaukee's original craft brewery. Lemon juice and blueberry juice. Excuse me. No artificial colors or sweeteners. This pure cane sugar.
Pure cane sugar.
Order some today and taste the sunshine. Damn. Well, that sounds delicious too.
Don't cry for me. I'm already dead.
We should schedule.
Think of that. That's what I think of having this much sugar.
Yeah.
Oh,
his video, the movie he makes. Yeah. Oak Creek Blonde Barrel Aged Root Beer.
I need Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
His non-union Mexican equivalent.
Senor Spielberg.
The Simpsons. Watermelon soda, 12-ounce pack. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Oak Creek Blonde Barrel Aged Root Beer Soda, 12-pack. Sold out. Only 40 grams of carbs in that one. What did they do to this? Taking the barrel aging to another level, our blonde root beer is lighter in color than its counterpart, delivering an incredible smooth and sweet with a long-lasting fin. Well, do they actually have like a straight up like barrel aged something? Caffeinated soda pack, black cherry. Oh, Mount Sprecher citrus. I bet this might be like
Mountain Dew.
Yeah, it could be citrus soda, or it could be like squirt.
Oh, okay.
Dare to dive into the deep end of Mount Sprecher craft soda, combining notes of orange, grapefruit, lemon, and lime using real juice. Lemon and lime. That might be more Mountain Dew, though.
Mountain Dewy. Yeah. Make a a high class, Mountain Dilk with that, right?
That would be a top tier Mountain Dilk. 62 grams of carbs. Back up there again.
Okay.
What are they using for that one? Orange juice from concentrate, natural flavor, citric acid, yellow number 5, sodium benzoate as a preservative. Caffeine in that one.
Yellow number 5. Now they've gone too far. They have gone
Yellow number
too
4
far.
is just enough. Yellow number
Yes.
5, you have pushed my buttons.
I have the pronunciation of, like it's Sotol.
All right, so what is it?
See.
Sotol. Sotol.
Sotol. It looks like the way they have it phonetically spelled looks like more like towel. Sotol.
I guess it's like the word.
Oh yeah, not towel. Sotol.
Always bring a towel. I'm so hot right now.
And the emphasis is on the so.
Oh,
Sotol. Sotol.
Sotol.
Sotol. Sotol.
What was the one we had you like mimic over that was hilarious?
Yeah.
That we timed it out with? What was that?
Good. I don't remember, but that was funny. That'll be one of those. I'll be just randomly probably someday looking at our videos. I'll be like, that's the one.
Yeah. How was it? It was like a
Sotol.
2 or 3 syllable word. Like it was a
Yeah.
longer something. Yeah. Go back in the archives. Guardian Down will find
It
it.
wasn't ta milieu.
Oh, it
That
might
one.
be.
That was that.
Oh, because it wasn't the French beer.
the French
the IPA.
IPA.
Yeah, that might be it. That might be
milieu.
it. We didn't have any of our Canadian counterparts around at the time.
This is like a cherry cola Dr. Pepper kind of hybrid.
Mhm.
I like that. Well, of course. It's
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah, this is like the, without having the water it down. This is like the, like, oh, there's a little bit of it left. Like, oh, I just got a little bit more concentrated bit
Yeah.
of the actual syrup or something like that. Yeah, this is crazy delicious. Would you make a root beer float or a float with this? Put some ice cream in there? Rather the root beer?
Probably not.
Rather the root beer?
Yeah, I'd do the root beer.
Okay.
You could.
You could.
You could.
We are. Did I leave the hot plate on? All right. So do you want to talk a little bit about what this is? Like as we kind of mentioned at the beginning, it is because it's completely new to me. This Desert Door Texas Sotol. I said it right.
Sotol. There's another
I'm glad you double checked it for
pronunciation.
me. Oh, wait, you got something else? Oh, now you're going to get an ad. I like the other one. We're not doing that one. So it is kind of like tequila in the way that is actually. Tell it to shut up. Stop.
Sotol.
Shut up. Take this out of the room. So it's kind of made like tequila. Like I said, it does similar processing, but it uses a different plant.
Yes.
And
Sotol.
And this one is specifically like Texas. Like, are there different, like depending on the state it's made, it's labeled differently? Do you think?
I think
or is that where it started? Was in Texas? They're like, we got all these damn plants around here. What are we
It
gonna
seems
do
like
with
this plant, is found even in stretches into Arizona. It says.
Okay, so the Southwest kind of.
Yeah, their website had some information on it that I was just reading. So yeah, it's New Mexico, in a little bit into Arizona, and Texas. This is West Texas, not in the West Texas town of El Paso.
That's what I was about to start saying. There we go.
But
West Texas desert.
the West Texas, yeah. So this plant though has been used for a variety of applications for hundreds of years, and yeah, but in similar fashion to the agave plant getting tequila from that and mezcal, this is its own Sotol, produced from the Sotol plant.
A spiky desert succulent that hundreds of years ago is used by indigenous residents for everything from tools and food to fermented drinks. Hence what we'll try today because we like the easiest
That's right.
part. Wild harvested. Both the name of our spirit and the plant we make it from. Wild harvest all the Sotol on ranches across Texas. We don't farm or cultivate any of our Sotol stock. Wild harvesting is a much more sustainable practice than monocropping and helps conserve valuable resources such as land and water. And I also remember reading at some point too, these plants are a lot more hardy than compared to agave, and you can kind of use them. Like I said, the way they rejuvenate is a lot faster, so it's a lot more little more environmentally friendly than having to, wait as long as it does for the agave plant to not only come back, but how obviously they don't because they're wild harvesting, but the way that you would normally like plant crops or whatever else, this could be done in a completely different fashion, which is much better too.
It says when they reach maturity around 10 to 15 years, selectively wild harvest the plant, taking a small number of plants from each acre and leaving root systems intact allows this precious resource to remain wild and plentiful forever.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Now this one, like I said, they do 3 different types. The one we have, even though it is in the other bottle, I guess, because the bottle looked a little different.
Yes, the bottle is a little different. Yeah, Fitz, who gave this to me, said that he gave us the higher proof one, the oak aged. Although I'm guessing he put it in this other bottle because that was the empty one.
Yeah, because he'd finished through the other one.
He worked through the other and then was on to this one. And he wanted us to try it. So
100 proof, 50 ABV. And do we have any idea what this costs price wise at all?
There is a retailers. Oh, I don't know how. I bet you can. At Total Wine, is it a Total?
$50.
Okay, there we go.
$40 at Total Wine. Oh, no, wait, that's something different. $50 looks like the cheapest I'm seeing here for that one in particular. I see a Mezcal reviewing site reviewing this, so that's interesting that it's crossed over to that. Not that it's necessarily going to be smoky, but probably because it's not directly a tequila thing, so that probably kind of got on their radar. There's quite a few other ones here as I search for that, and this seems to be kind of mid-priced. I see anything from $40 up to $75, $78, $80 for some of these. So interesting. It's a completely new spirit to me.
Saying they're cooked in steam, not cooked in steam, which converts the stored energy into sugar. Steamy maximizes the precious juice obtained from the Sotol plants and keeps the flavor light rather than smoky.
Okay. This one they recommend drinking neat or over an ice cube. It also makes a great old fashioned and be substituted for brown spirits in most cocktail recipes. I'm very excited to try this.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Take a little break and go get some glasses and things?
I think we will need special Sotol glasses. Oh, wait, no.
I don't have those. Can we use a Glencairn glass?
I think Glencairn will work just fine.
Okay, thank God. What if they have our etching of our logo on them?
Even better.
Perfect. All right, we'll be right back.
Open this since he gave it to me. It'd be funny if we pour it. It's just water. Fitz is just
He's
messing.
like, I got you guys.
He's just messing with us.
I got you.
He's the one time he's tuned in is tonight to watch us as we pour it, and we're like, oh.
Just to mess with us.
Yeah.
Just to do that. All right. Thank you guys all for being here. Appreciate it. We're going to see now. Guardian Down's got it in my head, even though it's from like 20 minutes ago. I still looked at the microphone to make sure it's not muted.
Make sure. Okay. Good. Check.
Still got 3 blue lines?
Check.
We got 3 blue lines. We got it? Three blue things?
3 blue ones. Oh, yeah.
Okay. GG, y'all. We're good. I had to look, Crocodile. I had to look. So we're going to record a podcast besides a short little podcast as opposed to the long podcast, which is the entire show, which if you guys miss anything from our live show on Thursday evenings, it goes up on YouTube on Monday morning. So you can listen to it there, which we would greatly appreciate hitting ye olden follow button.
Oh, isn't this, this is the time where it's something with February, right? Or the sub things or the sub.
Yes, starting February. Yeah, this is where we'll start making a push. I may do some sort of next week, earlier in the week, do some sort of like little kind of subathon push. So we're gonna make sure we get our points up these next 3 months.
So what helps things like that? Because like next week we have a Trader Joe's flyer dropping. So if we did want to do tying in, I don't know if that does that kind of stuff, or is it
weed?
The weed.
Weed's probably pretty good.
Let's do that.
Weed'll probably be pretty fun. Not necessarily next week, but sometime in February. It just has to be in February. I definitely want to. Right. And since they were so kind to get this out to us so quick, we actually have some THC seltzers in the next couple of weeks that we're going to try. So that should be interesting and unique. And something completely different, which will be fun.
If the momentum is building, then maybe we should just do that next week and. Up to you.
That's like our audible. If all of a sudden, like next week, it feels like there's like a just chat's just going off and like everything's up. Like, all right,
we'll do it.
Actually, that's what we could put up. Do you want us to do this podcast a week early? We need 20 subs. You hit this number and we will literally break out one of these early. I'll have them in the fridge.
Or wait till 420 and do it then? I don't know.
No, we can't wait. That'd be too long.
All right,
That'd be too long. They got to know. We'll have to make sure we really promote it on that around that time though. No. But anyway, we're going to record a podcast. So again, thank you guys all for being here. It is super, super nice. If you've been with us for one of our live shows, especially on this Thursday, since this is when we're recording this podcast in particular, we've been talking a little bit about a new spirit, completely new to us. I don't know how long it's been around. I don't know if it's one of those things like, oh my God, they didn't know about that?
Some 800 years, but it's only kind of regaining popularity lately. So
yeah. And especially since this one is from Texas, we always kind of initially shy away from things from Texas. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. No, I'm very excited. So a friend of the show gave this to you, a sample of it, I should say.
Correct.
And
what do you say? You call it a handshake?
Yeah, that's what they call it when it's like they give you a little 2-ounce pour of something like that, like we had the other week when Jav sent us a couple whiskeys. This is a handshake of, again, a tequila-esque spirit.
Esque.
For this, give it a shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith. And we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the Desert Door Oak-Aged Texas Sotol.
There you go. 100 proof, 50% ABV. They do make 2 other different kinds of this. One of them is I think it's a 40%.
40%.
And then I don't know what the other one is, if that one's a little more pricey. This one seems to be right around $50, depending on where you find it. Could be a little more, could be a little less. I was surprised to find when I did a search when we were looking for the price, quite a lot of these out there, like in different, like I said, again, different price ranges. This one, like I said, kind of right in the middle price wise. A few of the other ones can go up to $80, $85, $90. But so what exactly is this plant? So I referenced tequila. That's not 100% true because that's just kind of the process is tequila-like, but the plant is completely different.
Yeah, it is a plant that is grown in the desert, though, and it grows wild in the desert, which is really a cool thing. It's been used for centuries by people for a variety of applications, for tools, and they've obviously made fermented beverages out of it, which is what we've got here. But it's very spiny, and they'll why it is similar to like a tequila. Or like the plant is similar to like the agave is that they harvest that, they pull those spines off, and then they take that the middle part of that, and then in this case they steam it and then press the juices out of it. So it's similar in process, but not the same thing. And the fact that once again it's not the same type of plant, but definitely can be in that ballpark.
The process is kind of like the actual way that they extract it.
I'm very excited from the Sotol.
Mm-hmm. They say to recommend, obviously this one in particular, since it's the oak age version, they say to sip it like we are. You can put it over an ice cube if that's what you want to do, or even replace it into most of your favorite whiskey-esque cocktails. They talk about an old fashioned, which would probably be a great idea. It kind of would probably bump up some of the flavors in here. Going that route, but they mention any other cocktail as well. So this I am super excited. We've talked about this. How long have you had this now?
I have,
be honest,
probably 5 or 6 months.
Yeah,
could be. Maybe that's a little bit high, but yeah, a friend of the show, Fitz, who, if you've been with us for many years on our podcast, you'll realize that he was the provider of 10 scotches for us when we did a Scotch podcast. That's
in the archives.
That's all audio.
That's all audio in the archives.
That was great. And
amazing podcast.
I'm able to be working with him again. And so we thank Fitz for this new experience, because after doing this many years we don't always get to find something that's completely new to us. Mm-hmm. And this is. So cheers.
Excited. Definitely you can tell the oak aging. It's kind of got that honey kind of quality to it, nice little coloring to it. I don't see anywhere on here if they say exactly how long this has been aged. If you work for Desert Door and want to tell us, no? Oh, do you know?
I think it says a year, approximately a year, in virgin white oak barrels.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Don't write anything then down here. No more comments.
Unless there's more to know.
There could be more to know. Yeah. Frosty, how's it going? It is good to see you. I missed a lot and multiple Sprecher options. You did.
Yes.
We actually did even one other water that's not even listed there that Keith brought over extra. So we're on our 5th beverage technically this evening. But it's good to see you, though. Rev'd up root beer just means it has caffeine in it. I think it's the exact same as the other, as far as I know, but just has caffeine in it. It was delicious, as was the cherry cola. as is everything from Sprecher. Thought you were signing off another booze. It looks neato. Never heard of Sotol. Yeah, this is honestly until Keith had brought this to us. He had started talking about. I had never heard of it either. I still haven't heard of it actually. No, I'm just kidding. Still barely heard of it. Do caffeine in my coffee only, and even then I do decaf a lot, but I'm over 50. I mean, watching your caffeine intake, if that makes a difference, is a good thing. I enjoy my coffee in the morning for sure. And if you can find a good decaf, that's always a good thing too. There's nothing wrong with decaf.
This was not a store purchase. It can be purchased. It's from, I think we saw it at Total Wine. And
I did, yeah.
Total
Wine had it. Some other online stores
This
as well.
was given to me by a friend and coworker a few months back.
All right, you ready?
I think so, as I'll ever be.
Well, if you want some more time.
No, I've gone back in several times.
Okay. I really like this aroma. It's very unique. I'm having a little trouble putting my finger on all the flavors or scents that I'm getting. There definitely is like oak or some sort of, the wood is coming in there. Yep. There's a vegetable kind of coming through, like the plant. But there's also, and it took me like a lot of sniffs going back in. It reminds me of like a well-seasoned steak. There's like something a little bit beefy about it on there, and it might be because of the wood chips, like I'm thinking hickory or cedar or something like that, kind of like, those kind of things coming through. And like when you first put it on a steak, sometimes there's just that little waft of it's like meat juice, and like I know this is weirdly, it just hit me like as we were about to like start talking, and I was like, okay, I think that's what I'm getting. But yeah, that with and it's different than tequila, like I said, but there is like a vegetable kind of quality to it. Along with those other things, what are
I get? Well, the alcohol hit me a couple of times.
It did, yeah.
But
it's kind of a younger whiskey aroma where that kind of hits you a little bit. Yeah,
I get and I get the oak. I also get like almost like a little sweet and almost like a little almost like a ginger ale's not, but almost like a sweetened ginger kind of just very light note with that. But with the other things too, the little bit of herb. But it's
herb.
It's odd.
It's kind of those, because maybe it's like the garlic that maybe it's more of that stuff than the, but like those kind of herbs coming together where it's like pepper and garlic and that kind of stuff coming together. That's actually a really cool aroma.
Yeah, it's odd because there's it's not like a lot of depth necessarily, but there's a lot going on.
Yes, yeah, that's why it's kind of hard to discern. So I'm very excited for the taste.
Yes.
Okay. Paco! Oh my gosh, Paco. Now you show up? Never again.
Never again.
Kidding. I'm kidding.
Hello, Paco. Welcome.
Welcome, my friends.
Welcome to our podcast. Avocados ripen on his command.
That's a good one. I just sat down just now. Aren't most people using coffee as a vehicle to acquire the caffeine? Probably a lot of people are. I am not one of those people. I love all the different tastes and flavors in coffee and all the different varietals and blends and things like that. But again, I've almost 25 years in coffee. So like I said, that is definitely, was not exactly why. Has been a very busy day. All right. So short version of, would you buy the green tea with pineapple one again?
Would I?
Yeah.
No.
It's fine. The green tea is okay. The pineapple is not bad. It just doesn't blend quite as well, and the pineapple does not come through quite as much as we kind of would have liked. Like it's there, but it's not quite as juicy and like fruity and flavored.
Oh my goodness.
Dan, what are you doing? Oh my gosh, figures. Oh no, Woo. Can I save it? We had overlays off because we were recording. Oh my God, I got it just in time. Dan, thank you for the raid. That is super nice of you. Get raided. Dan, you are way too kind. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by during a podcast Thursday, doing some beverage podcasting things. If you guys are not following Dan, I don't know what to tell you. You've made some huge mistakes. So we're going to try and get that fixed right now as we speak. There is a heart at the top of the screen. If it is purple, you need to turn it green. If it is already green, you're good to go. You're following another wonderful, amazing person here on Twitch, and someone I am glad to hang out in their streams and hang out with all the time. Appreciate you so much, bud. That was super nice. Very much appreciated. If that heart has gone away, which is always super frustrating that it goes away so quick, then we are going to put a link here in chat that you guys should also check out. You can right-click on that, open a tab, hit the follow button. Baldur's Gate 3. Oh my God, I've been enjoying hundreds of hours of that as of late, Dan. Are you enjoying it as much as I am? Because it is fantastic.
Sotol for everyone.
Sotol for everyone. Thank you guys all for coming in and hanging out, loving it. Yeah, it's just too amazing. It's too amazing. Multiple playthroughs of that going on right now. Solo Dirge playthrough, got group playthroughs, duo playthroughs, trios, all the things. It is just an absolutely fantastic game. Anybody that came in from Dan's stream, appreciate you so much. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith.
And we are About Beverages. We do our beverage podcast most Thursday evenings. 3:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern. We come in, hang out, have a bunch of beverages. We always have this command in chat, whether I'm streaming during the week or when things are going on. So right there, that is what we've all had this evening. Was working on my honor mode run, and Halson's portal kept bursting. So my finger kept slipping. That sounds like a problem you probably want to see a doctor about, would be my guess. Good Lord, I didn't think Keith could get any more handsome, but that jacket.
Is he still feeling the effects of a Chiefs victory in the AFC title game?
I think he probably must be.
Still, yes, men of a certain age.
Men of a certain age. Finger kept slipping.
How are we feeling about the Chiefs versus the 49ers?
A rematch of Super Bowl 54?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hard to bet against Patrick Mahomes.
That's what's going to be difficult. That is what's going to be difficult.
Yep.
But yeah, we podcast most Thursday evenings. Like I said, for a couple hours. There's always a beverage command and chat of all the wonderful things we've tried. We are on the last one of the evening. It is the Desert Door Oak Aged Texas Sotol. This is a new spirit, at least new to us. It has been around for hundreds of years, but it's kind of gaining some popularity again. So it has been super fun to try this stuff. But yeah, follows here are absolutely free. Make sure you guys are following Dan too, because he is super awesome. Follows are free on his channel too. It's shocking. I know we've talked about this. People try and charge for follows on Twitch. It's absolutely crazy and should not be done ever.
People try to do that?
No, not really.
Oh, okay, good.
Not really. But someone probably would if they could, but Dan and I would never do that. So like I said, just follow our channels. That's the only thing. I don't want to jinx it, but if Jason isn't shirtless, it will be a letdown. I mean, he'll probably be shirtless whether you win or not, so you're going to win either way on that one for sure. Lucky, please. Easy. He's high on the corn. When is Lucky not high on the corn? That's true. That's true. Sprecher Cherry Cola, it was delicious. All the Sprecher, the root beer was delicious. The Cherry Cola was delicious. The other ones we've tried, again, I am at liberty.
We speak Sprecher.
We speak Sprecher. Sprecher's die Deutsch. Please check out all the other fun things too, especially YouTube. That's where all of our podcasts wind up going as we speak. The podcasts, the reviews that we do, all of those fun things. But yeah, thank you guys all for coming in and hanging out. That is super, super nice. You're in the land of Sprecher, so I don't doubt you'd sing their praises. Land of milk and Sprecher. That's, I think, where Frosty says he's from.
Frosty. Milk and Sprecher.
All the honey. And the Wisconsin cherry, where was it? Where was the soda?
Something Door.
It was like, yeah, it was weird. It was like Door County cherries. High quality
Door
ingredients.
County.
Where is it?
You're right. County.
Door County cherry juice.
And it's kosher. It's a kosher soda.
Oh.
Didn't realize that until right now.
It's kosher diabetes.
Some myriad this day. Oh, okay. Got it.
Used to get cherry cola Sprechers and a dollop of ice cream at Savage's Pub in Muncie back in the day.
Oh.
We were talking about that because you were like, oh, root beer float sounds amazing right now. And I said, would you put any ice cream in there? And you're like, I'd probably go for the root beer.
I'd go for the root beer, but hey, when in Savage's Pub
in Muncie.
in Muncie.
And Dan's sitting next to you. You try it.
You try.
You try it. You would do it.
You definitely do.
I can do this alone. I often do. I often do. All right. Thank you guys all for coming in. We are going to wrap up this little bit of we're at the tasting part. I've totally forgot all these amazing people came in, which is super nice.
Thank you.
I dare you to experience it with me. Challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. Way to get derailed. Headquarters is like 15 minutes from where you grew up. Oh, nice. I probably don't need to have Dan's channel up as something I was going to rate. So I'll turn that off right there. We'll be rating Dan.
We'll turn him right back around.
Nope, that would be funny. Add it up, turn it around. Second verse, same as the first.
Write him up, Bo Peep.
Oh, good. We'll probably rate him about 15 or 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. No, we won't be. We will not be. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for coming in. That is super, super nice. It's probably when we should almost talk about that in a couple of weeks. We may actually have some THC and CBD seltzers to be drinking. So since there's so many people in here, if you want to come back for that, we were sent some samples of some things to us to try. So we're going to be diving into that. But that'll be in a couple of weeks, and we'll definitely be talking more about it. Gonna get some food. Enjoy, boys. Dan, good night.
Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Get some food. Enjoy. Enjoy. Okay, I think I got it.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, St. Louis.
Steven, this is Springfield.
Oh. Okay.
But yeah, Paco, if you missed out on it too, like in the commentating, the sparkling water was okay.
The green tea?
Yeah, the one you should get is the black tea and peach.
Yes.
If you haven't had one,
yeah, because we've had that one. That one's delicious.
Black tea and peach is delicious. The green tea and pineapple was fine. It just wasn't quite as...
To me, those flavors don't match up. To me.
It just wasn't quite as bright as they could have been. All right. You ready?
Ready.
Okay. Pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Little spice.
Yep.
Mostly in the taste, so I'm getting kind of a balance of that, like, not quite as nuanced as the aroma was. It's very much, to me, it's like a combination of like the vegetable and like oaking, like wood. Like those two things together. Fairly smooth. I thought it might have a little more sweetness to it, but it doesn't seem to. It's a little more toward the savory with what's there. But overall, little plain kind of on the palate, at least to me.
Yeah.
The viscosity is actually kind of nice, though. The body's actually kind of nice.
It is good. It's
olive oil quality to it.
It's a little, there's like a hot sort of spiciness on the front of the tongue. I do still
like
get
hot, like cinnamon or
bit,
pepper or
like cinnamon, but not. And so I do get a little sweet, and I do still get a little bit of that. And once again, what I'm describing as ginger might be like some sort of other herby type quality. Okay. So there is still like a little bit like this. Almost had like a drop of a ginger beer in it or something. Like that.
Okay.
Just like the tiniest whisper, but that's what I get from that. But it's good. I'd like to now also try the plain, the non, the way it's made.
Yeah.
Just to see what that's like, to see then what was there, or maybe it just is a very neutral base that.
Well, that's what I'm
added a lot of flavor to.
That's what I'm wondering. You almost need a Sotol flight. Is that what you're saying?
A Sotol flight.
A Sotol flight. That's when you go in alone. Wait, that's a solo flight.
Flying Sotol.
That's flying Sotol.
You're flying Sotol? Yeah. Oh, I'm flying Sotol tonight.
Yeah, the aroma to me now, when I keep going back to it, I agree with everything. Of course I did, because I said it. I agree with everything that I thought in the aroma. That is still there. But to me, then the taste, because of that, when I kind of got excited for some of the things I was getting in that melange of aromas, is not quite there in the taste.
Pulled back.
It's definitely pulled back. Yeah. It's kind of, it's again, it's not that it's bad. I don't know if it's $50 good to me. when thinking about other things. I know this is always such a terrible thing. I'm not going to say any other things to compare it to, but when I think of other things that I could get for that price,
right,
that have more going on in them, I don't know if I would pick this one again. I'm glad to have had it. I want to explore some more.
Yes.
I don't know what the price winds up being different when you get some of those other ones, but like this one, like I said in particular, I think is definitely worth a shot. If it's something you're interested in, you've never had it before, and that's not, you know, everybody's budgets are going to be different. If that's not something you're like, yeah, $50, like, well then, yeah, I definitely recommend trying it just because it's different.
Yeah. I
would also be interested to see how it does taste in some other whiskey-based type cocktails, particularly in old fashioned, where some of that stuff might kind of come through. Or you know, that it might be able to shine maybe a little more if you added a little bit of sweet or added some bitters to it. Maybe that would kind of kick up some of those other flavors, but that kind of remains.
But we appreciate Fitz very much for giving us the sample of this to try. It's once again, his generosity has demonstrated itself,
as always. But if you guys are looking for any of the other spirits or waters or anything we have ever tried on a podcast, sodas, anything, you can find that obviously at AboutBeverages.com, or video wise on YouTube. Anything we've ever done for the video world is up there, especially our latest things. If you want to hit the subscribe button, you'll never miss out on a bit of content, whether it is the things that I do throughout the week with gameplay stuff, or, you know, when we're doing our podcasting on Thursday evenings.
It's true.
If you only want audio, that is also a solid option. iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcast, whatever your favorite podcasting app is, please go take a look. And if they don't have About Beverages on there, maybe search for it or let us know if it's not there, and we'll try and figure out how to get it on there, because it can be goofy sometimes, can be a little goofy. And since you're doing searching stuff anyway, guess what? Rip Google Podcast. It's still in the verbiage. It's in the vernacular. It's just there. I can't even get other podcast stuff to work. I don't know. Is it really not working anymore? Can we not do Google Podcast?
I don't know. Did they not have that?
We'll find out. We'll find out later. Do we not Google Podcast? Can we not?
Oh, I guess not.
Who knows? Well, while you're searching for other things, guess what?
Those 4 pillars?
The 4 pillars
social
now.
Media, 4
Quattro pillars.
Which for us are Threads, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Yeah. Which is the one that we use most often to keep you up to date on what is going on here at About Beverages. Like earlier this evening when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings, depending on your time zone. Our time zone is 4:30 when we start. So then if you're on the East Coast, that'll be, at least this time of the year, 6:30. And if you're on the Pacific Coast, that'll be 3:30.
Yep.
So
Greenwich Mean Time?
I don't even know.
No, figure it out
Greenwich
yourself.
Kind Time. No.
Greenwich Violence.
That's when we get together, we hang out, we try some beverages, and have some fun times chatting about whatever happens to pop into our brains or pop onto our table, actually. Also throughout the week, Andrew's going to keep you up to date on what he is doing in the gaming world and what refreshing or otherwise beverage he will have as he is doing those things. So for all the latest at About Beverages, follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.
And that is a podcast. Stoned, thank you so much for the 13 months of primers. Hey, Bevy, you know what? We're going to get you the official little thing here in just a second. Let's see if I should be able to get this refreshed. Where is it? I feel bad. We're in the middle of a podcast. So then the thing didn't pop up. Let's see if we can do it still. Right here? You can do it? Come on. Try again.
Afternoon, everybody.
There it is.
Hey, Doc. What's the story, Norm? Thirsty guy walks into a bar. You finish it.
Stone, thank you for the 13 months of primers. Hopefully you are doing well. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. With your background in tea as well as coffee, what are your comments about green tea? What do you mean our comments about green tea?
We like it.
We do love green tea. Green tea is delicious. So I haven't come around. Stone, never apologize for coming around. Life gets in the way. We all go in and out of streams and everything else. You never have to apologize. Appreciate that you're here. Appreciate it. Green tea is delicious.
So many different types of green tea.
Yes. Yeah.
At all price ranges, countries and styles, but from the more I guess inexpensive, like the benches and things like that, all the way up to at least the one I used to know from Arbuckle, the Gyokuro. Those are those can be more grassy and delicious. Where some
of those even have like a brothy kind of like butteriness to them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you definitely with
Good
green
stuff.
tea, you really get. I mean, with anything you do, but with green tea, I think it really shows you get what you pay for. They really can hit a little bit. French toast and thin mints. What a great combo. Would not have thought about that combo, but that sounds pretty good.
Girl Scout Thin Mints.
Girl Scout Thin Mints. But on a good note, I got the new bow and completed the season story today and got started. Strand Hunter build finally made. Nice, Stone. That's awesome. Congrats. It's good too. Sometimes we get a bad rap. Yeah, I would say green tea does sometimes get a bad rap, but I think it's usually with anything, like certain flavors are not for everybody. But I think green tea people can sometimes not like that one, particularly if they buy something that is not, like I said, a lower quality or get a lower quality in something. French toast and creme brulee is a good combo, preferably together. Yeah, you had some creme brulee, like French toast this weekend, didn't you, Frosty?
Creme brulee French toast, you say?
Yeah,
that sounds
I
delicious.
do say. There was pictures in Discord, delicious things. Yeah.
Okay.
It's very unique. It's definitely very unique. I'm not sure. Yeah, I would definitely want to try some others. Would definitely want to try some other things, I think.
I like it, though. I like it. But like you said, price-wise, is it $50 when you could get
a lot of other things,
other choices? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is that the choice that you're going to make? Some yes, some no.
I think a lot of that stuff also winds up depending sometimes on what else do you have in your bar. Do you have are you lucky enough like I do where I've got 8 or 10 different whiskeys or something like that. Right. So even though I could get another bottle of something else for cheaper, it's like, but I want to also have something different because I like the variety of things. Yeah. So then that kind of,
so that might be a cool thing to, hey, here's something you may have not tried.
Exactly. So you kind of do that knowing that it's going to sit on your shelf, but so that you can have that variety. But that's always an interesting tale. So next week we've got a nitro stout from Moonraker, right?
That's in your fridge now.
That is already here in my fridge. I
brought it over prematurely, but
that's right,
because we were going to do that this week.
Yep.
And then we kicked that out in favor of the Sotol.
Sotol took some precedent. And then we've got a rye whiskey with an coffee soaked oak spiral sitting in it. So we've got that because those two things kind of go together. And then what else? Do we have anything else to lead off?
Well,
with?
It just depends on if I know there's possibility that the special sodas might make their way into next week.
Oh, the seltzers?
The seltzers. Oh, or if you do want to do an early tie-in to the February Trader Joe's flyer, we've got a couple of wines from Washington State, a Syrah and a Cab. If you want to do that, we could certainly go that way as well. So there's a few possibilities that at least are narrowed down.
Okay, all right. So there's a few things thrown out there. Beyblades and tied-up enemies cover the battlefield. Yeah, that is the good thing about those builds, for sure, Stone. When I was married, I remember having French toast for breakfast after giving the wife a creme brulee the night before. Wow.
But
disappointed! My teeth hurt just after reading that. If you're using your teeth, though, Crocodile, that's also a problem. All right. All right. Should we call it for the evening?
Yes. Is it time? We're going to raid Dan?
We're going to raid Dan. Yep, we're going to raid Dan right now. Hopefully Dan is ready to go. We're going to go say hi to him. Thanks for a great podcast. You're welcome. Thank you for being here for a great podcast.
For being here. Appreciate it.
We're going to go say hi to Haterade. We don't get to see him very often. Another fellow Beardo streamer. Playing some Pal World right now. Another wonderful, wonderful guy. Follow him on TikTok. I follow him on Twitch. He's probably starting to think I'm stalking him a little bit with all these follows, but it is what it is. You guys should do that.
That's what you want, those follows.
It's true. It is. I actually almost
follows in the good way.
Follows in a good way. Exactly. So let's go say hi to him. And then, we will be back again next Thursday. I will be on tomorrow and I will be on Saturday as well because we're helping to do some fundraising stuff over on Jav's channel for Destiny, Bungie's Games to Give Foundation to help out a lot of charity stuff. So I'm going to be doing that on Saturday, 3:00 Eastern, I think is the time. So come check that out. But yeah, we will be back again next Thursday for some more shenanigans. Should we do shenanigans next week? I don't know. What do you feel?
Some kind of shenanigans.
Some kind of shenanigans?
Something, yeah. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you being here. And to the new people as well.